Hello and welcome back to Troubleshooting. I'm blatantly reviewing. Today we're finishing off with Metalman 333's, what are they called again? Wait, this is an SSTO? This is, oh my god, but wait, if this is an SSTO, it's an SSTO with boosters? But that doesn't make it SSTO. I'm a little confused. I mean, it is SSTO, but then you ditch them in orbit? I am really confused by this craft design. Anyhow, he tried to send me fixed versions without MechJeb'd, but they were actually identical to the files he sent me last time, meaning either MechJeb'd does something to your files that is not removed when you remove the parts, or he has one somewhere in here that he has no idea where it is. In any case, I accidentally clicked outside of the window, and now I will continue reviewing the Metalman device plane things. And I've just remembered that I was supposed to read the instructions for how to use this from the description before launching it, so I'm going to immediately crash and break everything horribly, and then I'll go, you know, do that. This is an interesting way to crash. Oops, we're gonna die. Wonderful. So on this one, it says to use 2 stages and then only action groups. No payload included. Outermost jets, outer jets, middle jet, nuclear engines, Vernary engines, solar panels. That's... I mean, that's helpful for knowing how to switch things on and off, but that's not... Okay. You do realize I've immediately forgotten what all of those action groups are, right? No, I actually haven't. I do... Hey! Hey, there's the MechJeb'd piece that was supposed to be removed. There it is. Yeah, the ones you sent me that were supposedly fixed, or they weren't. But I installed MechJeb'd to do this anyhow. I know this is supposed to be an SSTO, but I'm not really flying it the most efficiently that I could. And I don't really intend to get into space with it. Well, at least not into orbit. Also, I just noticed that the flame effects on these engines go to purple. Is that normal? I assume that's normal. Have I used these? I don't think I've even ever used these liquid fuel booster things. I don't think I have. That's interesting. I'll have to think about using them sometime in the future. As for right now, though, I'm actually getting a pretty high up apoapsis, so I'm actually going to throttle it down. And the throttling down is to try and make this more efficient, because I believe that makes it more efficient. I don't remember why that this supposedly makes things more efficient. I just remember that it is supposed to make things more efficient, and that I always do it. I feel really confused now with myself. As per usual on a Sunday morning. Sunday morning? Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Ah, I forgot about the new glow effects. Those are so pretty. Am I right? Oh, hey, look, yep. Okay, I was curious where those nukes were hiding. I didn't even notice that they're kind of sticking out between the jet engines. That's where they're hiding. And I believe it's 4 to activate those. Yep, see? Now we have nuke power, too, which is more efficient. So we should be able to get into space more efficiently. I'm actually going to throttle this down even more. Oh, did those? Yep, they burned out. And this is supposed to be an SSTO, but those burned out. And they didn't get us into space. Also, man, I need to use nukes more often, because I forgot how slow they are. It's awesome. It's actually kind of awesome. It's really weird, but it's awesome. And now I'm not sure we're actually going to get into space at all. Also, I should have closed the intakes, if there was a button for that. But I don't think there was a button for that, so I guess too bad. Also, let's see, is our apoapsis is still raising, but not raising nearly quick enough, because we're just on nukes now, and nukes are not that efficient. We also apparently have Vernary engines, and those are toggled with 5, I believe? Well, I hit 5 and nothing really happened, except now we're kind of listing to the side, but that was kind of happening before I hit that button, and I'm trying to correct for it, but it's not really working. I also can deploy solar panels with 6. I don't see... Oh, there they are. They're on the wings. Oh, they're on the top and bottom of the wings. Also, we're still listing to the right, the left, no matter how much I pull right. which is annoying because that definitely should not be happening, especially because I'm using RCS right now, which means we should definitely have all the thrust we need, except I've just noticed something. Why are the RCS thrusters only on the right side? Something has either happened to the file, that it got corrupted somehow, or when you were building it you made an error with that. That's really strange. It shouldn't be happening. Also, I think we're gonna start falling pretty soon. No, we're still going up. We are gonna start falling pretty soon, but at the moment we're still going up. And I can't actually use the RCS to go forward, because when I do that, it just makes us turn to the left. At least I figured out why that was happening, if nothing else. Ah, hey look, there's one of the vernier engines on the front, and yes, I can prove that it's active by firing a small jet of exhaust through it. Also, we have clipped winglets right here. Are these active? Yes, they are. That's... it's so disgusting when you have clippy bits like that that are like, I'd be fine if they were deactivated and they were in there, because then they'd, you know, being more realistic, but with them active, it's like, that's not how joints work. Like, that couldn't possibly physically do that. That's kind of where I draw the line with what I like as far as realism and don't like, because some things I care about, some things I don't care about. And then of course this giant plane, all of this space, and all we have is 2 little cargo bays, and there's some monopropellant in there for some reason. I mean, this doesn't have any monopropellant engines, and it has vernier engines. I really don't see the point in having monopropellant in there. I mean, do you really need that much? I have to say, my biggest criticism with this design is just that there's so much here, and so little cargo space. Of course, if I remember correctly, Metalman was saying that this is designed to be able to go to... I forget where. To Lathe? No, not Lathe. Was it Lathe? Minmus? I don't know. He said it was able to go somewhere out in space. I don't remember where, and that's why it has the kind of, you know, small cargo and lots of fuel, is because it can actually go places. I'm gonna go ahead and put the solar panels back in, since we're falling down, down, down. I'm also gonna activate the engines, which is really just gonna make them, you know, actually, if I just have the main one on, it'll still be flamed out, but it'll turn on sooner than the others would turn on, because it's just one in the center. So I'll activate it. I'm actually going to go ahead and just... Oh, we're out of fuel for those? Really? Oh, okay. I guess we're out of oxidizer? Really? That was... There's still oxidizer in this tank. And that one. In fact, the only thing that's out of oxidizer is this tank. Why'd we run out so easily? That's a flaw that needs to be fixed. I believe 5? No, 5 was the vernier engine. 6 turns off the nuclear engines. Of course, I'm trying to turn on the engines and go fast, but it's not working. So I'm gonna time warp. Whoa. This plane does not like me using time warp. Oh my god. Oh, we have engine flow. Engine flow? Airflow to the engine. So now that engine's heating up. And as soon as we get a little bit more airflow, I'll go ahead and turn on 2 more engines, and then 2 more engines. Are these... Yes? Flame out, liquid fuel deprived. Yeah, it seems you don't have the fuel set up properly. That's very strange, that your fuel isn't set up properly, like, at all. Let's get the pretty flaming effects. And I'm actually going to move on to the next one now. And to make things go back more to the planey review, good, it's like a plane style. I'm not actually going to try to fly this one into space, I'm just going to fly it around the space center a little bit and see what happens. I imagine, since it's based off of the same thing, that the action groups will be very similar. Oh, it's a little bit different. Atomic rockets, LVT-30. Oh, okay, LVT-30. Oh, this is... 1, 2, 3 for the jets, as usual. Then we have the 4... It's just the vernier engines and the solar panels have been pushed back to make space for an LVT-30, which is right here glitched in somewhat paradoxical. Interesting. Huh. That is weird. Oh, ew. Ew. Interesting. I'm curious at liftoff how these are lined up. Where the heck's the mass? Ah, there we go. And then, oh, the boosters are placed right on the center of mass pretty much, so that it doesn't actually change much when we drop those. Are they set to 100%? No, they're not. Aha. That's interesting. This should be fun to launch. Alright, here goes nothing. Quite literally, there went nothing. Your staging's messed up. Alright, so this time, we will manually adjust the staging to activate everything. And we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah. Actually, it's a terrible idea to activate the nuclear engines this low in the atmosphere. But once you're above, I believe, 10 kilometers, they become more efficient than everything else in the game, so it actually makes sense to activate them fairly low in the atmosphere, despite them being kind of a upper atmosphere design. Also, in real life, if you're interested, in real life, ooh, that was cool. Just bomb the runway with those, basically. Wow, they're bouncing along and skipping, and one of them survived, the other did not. I was gonna say something about something's running out of liquid fuel really fast. Wonder what that is. Probably something from the central stack, I'm guessing, since this plane may have the same cross-feed issues as before. This may be a bug occurring in KSB or something to do with TAC Fuel Balancer, though. I don't know, because TAC Fuel Balancer is... Hold on, is there a button to balance all? Oh, yeah. Let me just go ahead and tell it to balance all, because that way maybe we can keep these things going better with everything happening on this ship right now. Come on. Intake air. Balance all. Solid fuel. Doesn't make sense to balance. Okay. There we go. Yeah, things have all the fuel they need now. I wonder if it has the same problem with the RCS. It does! There's just 2 thrusters on the right and none on the left. Dude, you got some design problems. Like, overall, it's kind of cool, but there's just some design problems that need to be figured out. Also, those... Oh, see, yeah, they took out part of the wings. I was about to say, actually, they got away fine, but no, they took out part of the wings. Those boosters really should have some sepatrons on them when they're separating, because else you have stuff like what happened just now happening. Also, this thing seems to be, what's the term I'm looking for? There's a term for that. Super maneuverable. And unstable. And it's crazy. I like how I literally just... I decided, you know what? I'm gonna turn around in midair. And I did, because it let me. Let me just deploy these solar panels now. Watch them get blown away. They didn't get blown away. Reaction groups aren't working either. Oops, I just turned something off. Probably the central nuclear engine. And now we're going to firing everything. Ooh, we're overheating quite badly. What's overheating? Oh, it's whenever I turn right, it's overheating. Well, I'm gonna keep turning right then to make it blow up. That's cool. The difference in the energy coming out of the engines caused by vectoring slightly right actually made enough of a difference to overheat 2 engines and destroy them. That's amazing. That is awesome. This thing feels like it's trying to tear itself apart going this fast. Especially going this fast down into the atmosphere. You see the way it's kind of wibbly wobbling? Wibbly wobbling. There you go, now we got some atmospheric effects, but not much. We're slowing down a little. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna pull it up just a little bit. And now I have to decide whether to continue this mad pace towards the ground or slow down to something more reasonable. Right now, it feels like I'm time warping the way it's moving, but I'm not. Interesting. I'm gonna keep the engines going at this like maximum speed for a bit, and then just slow down as we come close to the runway. Like, right now maybe? I need to put the gear... Oh, bit of loading lag. Put the gear down, pull up, because we were actually about to hit the ground. Turn sideways, pull down, pull up, pull down, pull up. Land sideways. I could land sideways. Probably not the best idea, but I could do it. I'm gonna do it. There we go, landed sideways, and everything blew up because the whole thing was held together by some ropes. And that was about that. I knew it! I knew it would blow that up. That's awesome. Thanks for watching. As always, see you in space. How much space is left in your face recording all days?
Hello and welcome to the space program.